Hello, beautiful souls. I am Valeria Maritza at Healing Through You. I am an infinite being of light, and so are you. Today, I want to talk to you about rewriting the story. What does this mean? I do this in my work all the time, and it is so powerful. Rewriting the story is when you pinpoint some type of event, some trauma, something that happened in your life that was really significant and really hurt you somehow in some way, and you go back to that point in time during the meditation, during the work that you do, and you tell a different story. You rewrite the story. You rewrite what happened. This is such a powerful tool. I'm going to teach this to you today. I hope that you use it because it is so powerful. So the first thing that we do is you pinpoint something that happens. So for example, if you are feeling or thinking of something that happened to you as a child, it could be anything, right? Most of the traumas that we carry happen when we were children. So this is why I'm talking about that. So let's say something happens that, let's say a teacher yelled at you, okay? A teacher yelled at you and you felt completely ashamed and you didn't know where to hide. And this was so hurtful that you buried it inside of you. And that feeling that event brought has been repeating in your life in different things. For example, it could be that then your parents yelled at you and you felt ashamed, or maybe it was a sibling, or maybe when you got older, maybe it was a partner, a romantic partner, or maybe it was a boss, and you're feeling the same type of shame and the same type of feeling. Like, let's say when you were a child and the teacher yelled at you and you felt all this shame and you couldn't or didn't feel okay to speak back because you were supposed to be respectful to this teacher and you couldn't use your voice to defend yourself, right? And you felt this need of wanting to say something but couldn't. So you felt kind of frozen, right? And I'm describing this moment this way specifically because I know some of you are going to relate to it because it's very common. And so then as an adult, you may have been shamed somehow and you felt the same way. You might have felt like you couldn't speak up, you couldn't defend yourself, or you felt frozen. And this type of feeling continues to repeat itself. If you have pinpoint one of these situations that happened to you, which is a childhood wound, you can rewrite the story. And so how do you do it? You take a couple of deep breaths in and out so that you can center yourself and ground yourself. If you know how to meditate, you can even bring up a golden cord from the center of the earth and allow it to enter through your feet and through your body so that you're really feeling grounded to Mother Earth. And then after you do that, you begin to go back to that part, that moment where you had this event happen. How do you do that? Take a couple of breaths and then you travel back. You begin to think of this time when maybe when you enter the classroom, maybe you get to see your classmates, your seat, your desk where you are. Maybe you can see the teacher. And maybe you get to the part where you feel and hear this teacher say those words to you that made you feel so afraid and so ashamed. And once you have that thought and that fear within you, and you remember exactly what happened, what the teacher was saying, how you felt, then once you do that, you bring all of those feelings up to the surface by remembering it. This is important. This is the part that most people have no idea what to do or how to do it, and they skip it. If you are not bringing up the actual feeling in that moment when it happened by remembering it, then you're really not moving that stuck energy out. So you want to really feel the feelings. You really want to get back to that moment and begin to feel the feelings. And once you have it, then you can let it go and transmute it. You can breathe it out. You can send it down to Mother Earth. You can send it up to the heavens, whichever way feels best for you. But then you rewrite the story. And what does that look like? You get to the part where the teacher is about to speak to give you that feeling of fear or shame. And then you make up another story that's more favorable. For example, it could be the teacher starts to do that, and a friend or a classmate stands up for you. And then the whole class stands there, frozen, because, wow, somebody's speaking up. And then another person stands up for you. And then another one. And then all of these people do it, and then it gives you the courage to also speak up. And then the situation, the way it evolved back then, you start to rewrite it in a different way. When you begin to speak up and defend yourself, and then it ends in a favorable way. This is important. You don't want to rewrite it in a way that you're fighting back and forth and you're feeling even worse. You want to rewrite it in a way that everything looks and ends up nicely. So it could be like, even you yourself, oh, now at this time you're rewriting the story that you're speaking up. Or it could be friends beginning to do it if you're not feeling up to it yet, and until you get the courage to say it yourself. And then the teacher answering you favorably in a way as like, oh, you know what, you're absolutely right, I am so sorry. And then it's an apology, and it's like, what just happened? That is rewriting the story. You can make it even better than that by not even getting to the part where the teacher is saying something that makes you feel so bad. But it could be like, you have the fear that you know what the teacher is going to say, because, that's the memory. But then instead, something else comes out of the mouth of this teacher that, instead of being something that makes you feel small and shameful and fearful, makes you feel light and happy and joyful. You can change it. It's just like rewriting or writing a play, a story. It's the same thing. You write it, and then you keep on playing it until you feel so light and amazing. And then you come back. You come back into your body. You take a couple of breaths in and out, and you have just rewritten your story. What happens after this is that you're going to come back to talk about that event that happened, the actual event, and it's not going to feel the same anymore. It's going to feel so much lighter, so much unimportant, and you're going to have that aftertaste of the new story that you just rewrote. Okay, so this is a very important tool, a very strong tool that you can start to use to change parts of your childhood trauma. And you will begin to see how that unfolds in your life today. When you change what happened at the beginning, then you're going to see that if you have been repeating that pattern, that it starts to not happen anymore, right? Everything changes when you change the point of creation at the beginning. A lot of times, if the wounds are really, really deep, it's really difficult to do this rewriting of the story on our own. Because when we are by ourselves, it's difficult to really go there to that point of where we're being shamed, or we're being accused or something, or we're being made feel like small or afraid or shameful. And so when we're on our own, a lot of times it's difficult to get to that point. And if that's the case for you, then I'm encouraging you to seek someone to help you and guide you to that point. Because once you have the support, then you can go there. Because it's like someone holding your hand while you're going to that really dark place. And then you can actually get there, feel the feelings, and transmute it. Does that make sense? I hope that this has helped you. If you like it, let me know. If you've tried it, let me know. If you tried it for the first time after this, let me know your results, and let me know if there's anyone else that you feel would really benefit from this message. Please share the podcast and rate it, and also give it a review if you feel like it. Okay? I love you so much. I hope this was helpful, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.